What if I revealed that one of the most recommended movements for developing powerful glutes might genuinely be making your physiology weaker beyond 50? For countless years, we've been informed the identical thing. If you desire powerful hips, powerful limbs, and a powerful backside, you require to execute squats. And to be honest, squats can be a beneficial movement. They're not harmful, they're not pointless, and this is not about criticizing anyone. But here's the uncomfortable inquiry. No one genuinely asks, what if squats, the way most individuals beyond 50 execute them, are no longer serving your physiology the way you believe they are? According to the CDC, tumbles are the #1 cause of injury-related fatality in individuals beyond 65. According to Harvard Wellness, maturing articulations forfeit shock absorption and tolerance to compressive burden, particularly in the joints, hips, and lower spine. And according to multiple investigations in the publication of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Treatment, hip instability, not limb power, is one of the most powerful predictors of stability difficulties in chronic lower spine discomfort in senior individuals. Let that absorb for a moment. Not weakness, not indifference, not shortage of effort, instability. Now here's the portion no one genuinely informs you. Most squat variations, particularly the ones individuals execute at residence, are excellent at operating the large glute musculature, the gluteus maximus, but they frequently overlook a much more important musculature for individuals beyond 50, the gluteus medius, the musculature that maintains your pelvis horizontal, your hips secure, and your physique vertical when you ambulate, rotate, or position on one limb. And when that musculature is weak, your physiology doesn't cease moving, it just begins compensating. Your lower spine works harder, your joints require more stress, your stability quietly deteriorates, and one day, seemingly from nowhere, you begin considering, why do my hips ache when I ambulate? Why does my lower spine become exhausted so rapidly? Why do steps feel weightier than they used to? Most individuals assume that's just maturing, but what if it's not? What if it's not your age? What if it's what you've been training and what you've been regarding? This is not about concern, and this is not about instructing you to cease exercising. This is about something much more important, ensuring the movements you execute today genuinely safeguard your self-sufficiency tomorrow. Because beyond 50, power is no longer just about how much you can elevate. It's about how well you can remain balanced, how well your hips can stabilize your vertebral column, and how confidently you can move through daily existence without discomfort or concern. And here's the uncomfortable reality. Many universal movement routines, including endless squats, were never designed for the realities of a maturing neural network, maturing articulations, and maturing stability systems. They were designed for youthful physiology, not yours. And that doesn't indicate your physiology's damaged. It indicates your physiology is requesting a more intelligent strategy. If you're viewing this and you're beyond 50, I'd appreciate to know you better. Drop a response below with your first designation, age, and where you're viewing from. This isn't just a presentation. It's a developing community of individuals selecting power, stability, and superior movement one minor step at a time. Let's be honest, most individuals beyond 50 aren't avoiding movement from indifference. You ambulate, you remain active, some of you even execute squats. Why? Because you were informed by physicians, publications, and well-meaning trainers that squats are crucial for powerful glutes, superior posture, and healthy maturing. And again, let's be honest, they're not incorrect, but they're not completely accurate either. Because there's one thing these routines never consider: the way your physiology transforms beyond 50. Squats are the most secure, most successful way to develop glutes at any age. But what if that conviction is quietly making your physiology less secure, not more? What if your articulations, your neural network, and your deep stabilizer musculature are no longer supported by the standard guidance? Here's what almost no one clarifies. Squats mostly target the gluteus maximus, the large musculature that provides your backside shape and capacity. But they frequently neglect the gluteus medius, the smaller, deeper musculature that maintains your pelvis horizontal and your vertebral column protected. And guess which one matters more beyond 50? Not the large one, the intelligent one. The gluteus medius regulates your side-to-side stability, how horizontal your pelvis remains while ambulating, whether or not you experience unstable on steps or uneven terrain. Most individuals consider, if I just maintain moving, I'll be okay. But the reality is, this movement without engagement is just repetition, and repetition without stability guides to compensation and eventually injury. An investigation published in Publication of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Treatment 2020 discovered that weakness in the gluteus medius was a substantial predictor of lower spine discomfort. Hip instability elevated tumble risk even in individuals who move regularly. Another review in Gait and Posture publication demonstrated that standard squats underactivate the glute medius by up to 50% compared to targeted low-impact lateral limb movements. Here's what occurs when you follow universal routines without adapting to your age. Your physiology overdepends on large outer musculature. Deep stabilizers like the gluteus medius cease functioning. Your articulations transport the stress your musculature should handle. You begin experiencing rigid, sore, and exhausted, even if you're executing everything correctly. Eventually, your confidence in your own physiology declines. And the worst portion, it all appears invisible from the outside until something fractures. You don't need to discard squats forever, but you do need to add movements that retrain your stabilizers, not just develop your large musculature. That's why in the section, we'll guide through 4 movements that are superior to squats for individuals beyond 50, not because they're more demanding, but because they're more intelligent. They engage the musculature that matter most, they respect your articulations, and they give you the stability and confidence that squats alone cannot. Number 4, side-lying hip abduction. Just positioning on your side and elevating your limb, that can't possibly replace a squat, correct? That's what most individuals consider. After all, squats feel genuine. They feel like effort. You feel your thighs burning, your cardiovascular rate ascending. You feel like you executed something. But here's the hidden reality. Effort isn't identical to effectiveness. And in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, the most important musculature in your lower physiology might not require more mass. It might just require to awaken. When you squat, your physiology primarily utilizes the gluteus maximus, the large, powerful musculature that helps you rise up from a seat, ascend steps, or elevate weighty things. But there's another glute musculature that executes a very different function. The gluteus luteus position on the lateral of your hip. Its function? Maintain your pelvis horizontal when you ambulate, stabilize your hips when you position on one limb, prevent your lower spine and joints from overcompensating. And the number one reason it ceases working? It's never directly trained. Squats might accidentally engage it, but this minor side-lying movement engages it deliberately. An investigation in the publication of Geriatric Physical Treatment 2019 followed individuals beyond 55 who added this movement to their routine just 3 sessions a week. After 6 weeks, they improved single limb stability by 28%, ambulating stability scores by 22%, and diminished complaints of lower spine discomfort. And none of them were elevating mass. If this musculature isn't executing its function, here's what occurs. Your pelvis begins to incline sideways when you ambulate, your joints collapse inward under burden, your lower spine picks up the slack and becomes overworked. Eventually, every step feels less secure than the previous. The more intelligent and more secure solution: position on your side, flex the bottom limb slightly for support, extend the apex limb straight slightly in front of your torso. Now here's the crucial point. Your toe down toward the ground. This engages internal rotation at the hip. Then gradually elevate the limb sideways. Not elevated, just regulated. No bouncing, no rushing, just precision and purpose. This straightforward move executes what squats cannot. It targets the musculature that maintains you standing tall without requiring your joints over vertebral column to compensate the cost. Number 3, posterior hip abduction. Wait, didn't we just execute this? Why do I require a second version of the identical movement? Excellent inquiry. At initial observation, posterior hip abduction might appear just like the previous move, positioning on your side and elevating your limb. But there's a critical distinction that transforms everything: the angle of your limb and the direction your foot is facing. This minor adjustment trains your hips to resist an entirely different kind of force, one that becomes far more important as you mature. The instant you move your limbs slightly behind your torso and rotate your foot up toward the ceiling, your physiology transitions into a pattern designated external rotation. This activates a deeper layer of your gluteus medius, the fibers responsible for regulating hip stability when your physiology moves backward or twists, preventing rotation-based tumbles, like slipping sideways or rotating rapidly. Squats don't train this, ambulating doesn't train this, even most apparatus at the facility disregard this angle, but existence doesn't. Consider stepping off a boundary, pivoting on one foot, rotating to access behind you. These are all rotational off-balance instants, and this movement pattern prepares you for them. In a 2020 investigation published in Clinical Biomechanics, senior individuals who added posterior hip abduction to their rehabilitation plans witnessed a 37% enhancement in rotational hip regulation, marked diminution in lateral oscillation while ambulating, improved capability to recover from unexpected stability transitions, and these gains persisted even beyond 12 weeks. When you don't train this range, your hips forfeit rotation capacity, your joints collapse inward, your vertebral column twists to compensate. Straightforward motions like rotating to grab a safety restraint become hazardous. It's not about power, it's about regulation, and most individuals forfeit it without even comprehending how to execute it correctly. Position on your side like before, but this duration, move your apex limbs slightly behind your physiology. Now rotate your toes up toward the ceiling. This opens the hip into external rotation. Elevate the limbs gradually, just a few inches, then lower with regulation. Maintain your upper physiology steady. Your glutes should activate, not your lower spine. You're not just elevating your limb, you're retraining your consciousness to safeguard your hips from the movements that capture most individuals off guard. Number 2, standing hip drop and abduction. I ambulate every day, isn't that sufficient for stability? This is one of the most widespread convictions among active individuals beyond 50. And affirmative, ambulating is excellent. It's secure, rhythmic, and accessible. But here's the difficulty. Ambulating only moves your physiology forward. Genuine stability requires regulation in every direction, particularly side to side, and that's precisely where tumbles tend to occur. Consider your pelvis as a platform. Every duration you elevate one foot off the terrain, your gluteus medius on the opposite side has to maintain that platform horizontal. If it doesn't, your pelvis descends, your vertebral column inclines, your joint collapses inward, and you experience unstable. This chain reaction is understated, but incredibly widespread in maturing individuals. In most popular movements like squats, lunges, or limb presses, they don't challenge this network at all, but this standing hip drop movement executes. A 2018 investigation published in the American Publication of Sports Healthcare discovered that hip drop drills substantially improve pelvic symmetry, proprioception, your physiology's internal navigation, and single limb stability in individuals beyond 55. These are not just athletic markers, they're everyday existence markers. Whether you can step off a boundary securely, position on garments without positioning down, rotate rapidly without forfeiting footing. When your glute medius cannot stabilize side-to-side movement, your hips transition out of alignment, your joints collapse inward, your stability suffers, and your concern of movement elevates. Across duration, that concern becomes avoidance. Avoidance becomes weakness, and weakness becomes dependence. But it doesn't have to be that way. How to reconstruct lateral regulation. One step at a time. Position near a vertical surface or sturdy exterior. Transfer your mass onto one limb. The opposite limb should hover slightly forward. Toes rotate slightly inward. Now gradually swing the elevated limb out to the lateral. As you execute, allow your hip on the standing side to descend slightly. Then utilize your glute on the standing side to pull it back up. This minor motion creates tension on both sides, the moving limb and the stabilizing limb. Don't rush. Allow your glutes execute the effort. This isn't just a limb movement. It's a message to your consciousness. I've comprehended this. I can position tall again. Number 1, standing hip extension with external rotation. So now I'm just swinging my limb behind me? How is that superior than a squat? Let's be genuine. This move appears almost excessively straightforward. You're standing, your limb goes behind you, and maybe you rotate a little. It doesn't experience intense, it doesn't appear impressive. But here's the science-backed reality. This move mimics how your physiology genuinely forfeits stability in genuine existence. And more importantly, it retrains your physiology to recover from it. Most movements, particularly squats, are executed in a direct line, moving up and down. But in the genuine world, existence is rotational. You access behind you, you twist to observe over your shoulder, you pivot to grab something from the vehicle or rotate in the kitchen. These movements require your gluteus medius and deep rotators to engage together simultaneously as your core, lower spine, and vertebral column. And if those musculature aren't trained, that's when you forfeit your footing. In an investigation published in Gait and Posture 2021, senior individuals who practiced hip extension with external rotation improved their reaction duration to instability by 36%, demonstrated greater engagement in spinal stabilizers, and diminished asymmetry and pelvic alignment beyond 8 weeks. This wasn't from elevating masses, it was from regulated movement in the correct direction. If your physiology cannot regulate hip extension and rotation, you become vulnerable when stepping backward. Twisting motions become hazardous, and your stability fails silently. Not from weakness, but from shortage of pattern recognition. Consider backing out of the pathway, rotating to capture a descending object, accessing into the rear surface. These are the precise instants individuals stumble, twist, and tumble, even if they've been exercising. Here's how to execute it. Position sideways near a vertical surface or countertop. Transfer mass onto one limb. Move your other limb slightly behind your physiology and rotate your toes outward as you gently swing your limb back. Allow your upper physiology rotate slightly in the identical direction. This creates regulated tension from your glute, across your hip, through your vertebral column. Consider short, focused, and secure, not large, dramatic, or rapid. It's about training regulation under rotation, not just movement under burden. Power isn't just elevating heavy, it's being capable to move with assurance, even when existence throws you off stability. Let's require a step back. You've probably done your optimal. You attempted squats, you remained active, you followed guidance that stated if you desire to mature powerful, you require to propel harder. But what if your power wasn't absent? It was just being misdirected. What if the difficulty wasn't you, but the routines that never adjusted for the physiology you exist in today? Because here's what no one informs you. Beyond 50, genuine power isn't about propelling more mass. It's about restoring the connection between your consciousness and your physiology. It's about retraining the minor, stabilizing musculature that keep you from tumbling, reconstructing your confidence in movements that once experienced automatic.
reclaiming the kind of self-sufficiency that doesn't show up in facility selfies, but shows up when you ascend steps, ambulate uneven pathways, or elevate something up without concern. And you don't require a facility. You don't require elaborate equipment. You don't even require perfect wellness. You just require the correct starting point. These 4 movements, they're not flashy, they're not intense, but they are honest. They encounter your physiology where it is, and across duration, they remind your neural network, your musculature, and your confidence that you are still capable more than you may comprehend. This is not to alarm you. This is to empower you. So commence where you are. Even if that indicates positioning on the ground and elevating one limb, even if it experiences minor, particularly if it experiences minor, because what's minor today could be the very thing that keeps you moving vertical and self-sufficient tomorrow. And someday your future self, the one still ambulating, existing, laughing, will look back and say, appreciation for commencing. If you found this beneficial, provide it an approval so more individuals beyond 50 can see it too. Distribute it with someone you care about, and follow if you'd appreciate more straightforward, science-backed ways to remain powerful, steady, and self-sufficient.